Your rose looked fine yesterday. This morning, half the leaves are gone, just veins left, like lace. You didn't see it happen. Nobody does. And the bag trap you bought last week to stop this? It might be the reason more beetles showed up. Japanese beetles love roses, the leaves, the flowers, even the buds. Some years are worse than others, but when it's bad, it's really bad. They arrive in early summer, feed for 6 to 8 weeks, and they don't hide. They feed in broad daylight, in groups, in the hottest part of the afternoon. One rose bush can go from full and green to skeleton leaves in 2 or 3 days. That kind of damage feels personal, like the yard turned against you overnight. Most gardeners reach for the same solution first, a trap, the yellow bag. You hang it up and hope it fixes everything. It's not a bad instinct. It's exactly what the label promises. Most people never learn how these beetles actually find your roses. When one beetle feeds on a leaf, the damaged tissue releases a scent. That scent doesn't just sit there. It travels on the wind, and it tells every other beetle in the area, food is here. Then the beetles themselves add to it. Feeding beetles release a pheromone that calls in more beetles to join them. In plain English, one beetle can turn into 10 very quickly. It is not one insect finding your rose by accident. It is a chain reaction. One damaged leaf inviting the next beetle, and the next. And that trap you hung in the corner of your yard, it uses the exact same pheromone. The same floral lure beetles are already wired to follow. State extension offices have looked into this. Again and again, they find the same thing. These traps pull in far more beetles than they actually catch. Some studies found yards with traps had more beetle damage nearby, not less, because the lure draws beetles in from blocks away, and not all of them make it into the bag. They stop on the way, on your roses. You didn't do anything wrong by buying it. Nobody puts that part on the box. So what actually works? 3 things, and none of them involve a trap. First, handpick in the early morning, somewhere around 7 or 8, before the day warms up. Beetles are slow and cold before the sun gets to them. Knot them into a bucket of soapy water. It sounds small, but done daily for 2 weeks, it breaks the feeding chain before it calls in more beetles. Second, if you use a spray, do it carefully. Never in the heat of the day, never when bees are working the flowers, and always follow the label. But don't make spraying your first move. Third, and this is the one most people skip, the real fight isn't happening in your rose bed. It's happening in your lawn. Japanese beetle grubs live in turf soil all winter, then emerge as adults in early summer. A lawn treatment in late summer, when the grubs are still small, can do more for next year's roses than another spray on the leaves. That's usually late July into August, depending on where you garden. If your lawn, or your neighbor's lawn, is full of grubs, you are refighting this every single year. And yes, a lot of gardeners feel a little silly moving a trap they paid for to the far corner of the yard. That's fine. It still works better there than it does next to your roses. Your roses did not do anything wrong. Japanese beetles have been in North America for over 100 years now, spreading a little further every season. No rose variety is fully immune. Some summers will be harder than others, no matter what you do. That's not a failure. That's just weather, and bugs, and life in a garden. But the fight looks different once you know where it actually starts. Not in a trap, not even on the leaf. In the ground, months before the beetles ever arrive. Tell me in the comments, have you tried one of those bag traps? Did it help, or did it make things worse? I read every one. Our little garden friend was somewhere in today's frames. Did you catch her? I'll see you in the next one.